So now this gentleman says perhaps. And just in that word alone, it shows that he's thinking through possibilities. And that's always a good thing, to think through possibilities. He says that perhaps since calendars are kept differently by different people, that it could create a time distortion. But he's saying that the link that a time distortion for the flood myth, but that the link is through the flood of humanity, and that it goes on to say that the three Noah's sons are our connection. But therein lies the problem. You see, when you look at the flood myths all around the world, let's just look at the Polynesian flood myth. The Polynesian flood myth from the people who left Taiwan in and around about 5000 BCE did not have flood myths until around 3000 BCE. And that's a whole 1500 year time difference between the 4500 BCE of the Noah flood myth, when you calculate the days backwards in your Bible. A 1500 year gap is far too wide for a time distortion based on calendars. Hence why the geological records actually demonstrate more of an accurate idea of a flood myth. We also have geological record of meteorites striking the oceans 35,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago, that caused cataclysmic events. One that struck 35,000 years ago in the Siberian area created a heat wave across the planet, clouded the sky, and then created a 12,000 year ice age time frame. Core samples of ice and ground demonstrates this. Core samples demonstrate that flood myths happen at different time frames in different areas. What we do not have is any core samples that match up that would show a worldwide flood. But even within the mythologies, none of the other mythologies calculate 3 sons and a father and their wives surviving and repopulating the earth. There were either groups of people or there was 2 people, depending upon your flood myth that you're looking at. You cannot connect the world by 3 people and their wives and their children by people who never heard or even taught of these 3 people. But let's just stick to the geological record. It demonstrates that a flood never happened, ever, not around the world.